In spite of the fact the Pirates lost the first 2 games of this series to the Cubs, the Sun still came up over Pittsburgh this morning, and the Bucs still a game and a half out of that second wild card spot, chasing St. Louis. Out on Federal Street, Kids Day Sunday crowd gathering to see the third and final game of this set with the Chicago Cubs. Pirates trying to salvage a game behind left-hander Jeff Locke, who makes his second start of 2012. 24-year-old left-hander out of Conway, New Hampshire. And Dale Swaim sends out the Cubs lineup like this. Joe Mather will lead off and play center field. And Barney and Rizzo. Soriano bats in the cleanup spot. 4 out of 10 in this series with a home run and 4 runs batted in. And Castro, Josh Vitters makes a start at third base. Dave Suppelt in right. Anthony Recker doing the catching. And Chris Russin makes his first start against the Pirates, the 25-year-old rookie.
Jeff Locke's numbers brought to us by the Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. Not really a whole lot of numbers to look at. Hasn't been here that long, and as Tim, you just said, just getting ready to make his second start this year. Opponent batting average is pretty nice, though, 222. That'd be excellent if he can keep that number around that same neighborhood. That'll bring that ERA down in a hurry.
That'll be nice. It would be nice if he can hold these Cubs at bay today. Now remember, the Pirates have 4 games next week against the Cubs. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, I beg your pardon. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, a wraparound series in Chicago. So 5 more games remaining against Chicago, with 3 with Cincinnati in between. Pirates will leave right after the game today to head over to the Queen City and start a series tomorrow night with the Reds. But right now, time for Locke to shut down the Cubs. Cubs winning last night's ball game by a 4-3 score. And Jeff Samardzija, who got a complete game last night, his first of his career, in his last start of 2012. So we're set to go in this one, as Locke will face Joe Mather. Mather steps in, hitting an even 200 with 4 homers and 17 runs knocked in. First pitch of the ball game from Locke is hit in the air to right field. That's a base hit. One pitch and 1 hit.
Well, didn't hit it very hard. Just a little flare, but not the way you want to get the game going. Pretty good pitch right in the outside corner for strike 1. Off the end of the bat, just dunks it in.
Jeff's last start did not go so well, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits in 5 innings. Lost a 5-1 decision to Houston. It was Monday afternoon at PNC Park here. Locke's first start of the season with the Bucs. And now Barney shows bunt and takes a ball.
Seems to me, thinking back on Locke's start, that it was kind of better than the numbers showed. One walk, 6 strikeouts.
Allowed a big 3-run home run in the 5th to Brent Wallace that ultimately chased him.
I think that's maybe what I was thinking about. That he was able to take away that 1 at bat, which you can't do, but still, that was the problem.
Darwin Barney defensively, 124 straight games without an error now. The new National League single season record holder. He passed Ryan Sandberg's record for the Cubs of 123 straight, but that was done over 2 seasons. Barney's done it all this season. Hasn't made an error since the 17th of April against Miami. In fact, he's gone 1,003 innings playing errorless baseball at second base. The major league record, 141 straight games. Placido Polanco when he was with the Tigers. 1-1. One foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Darwin Barney.
Looks like a superstar at shortstop, very young, and Barney, I wouldn't consider him a superstar, but very solid.
Well, Cubs middle infield looks like it's set for years to come.
Well, they certainly, unless they wanted to, they don't have to worry about doing anything in those 2 positions. With everything else they got going on, trying to rebuild the club, I would think that the priorities of improvement lies elsewhere.
Another good young player, and Anthony Rizzo. Dale Swaim in his first year as skipper of the Cubs. Held the reins in Milwaukee on an interim basis before returning as the hitting coach. Three and two now to Darwin Barney.
Dale was a manager in the Pirates minor league system. When he first hung up the spikes, but playing. Managed in Altoona for a while. Walk, keeping the ball down pretty good.
Payoff pitch, ground ball to short. Barnes will take it himself. That's two. Double play. Hunt had one of those in the game last night, a 6 unassisted to 3 double play. And he's got one here this afternoon. There are 2 outs and nobody on.
And my guess is that Locke is going to see a lot of this kind of stuff behind him, as he's so good at keeping the ball down about the knees. A lot of those right-hand hitters are going to be putting it on the ground to short, third, trying to pull him.
Anthony Rizzo batting now against Jeff Locke. Locke deals a strike to him. Rizzo had a hit last night. He was also hit by a pitch. Ground ball to center field and a base hit. Second hit of the inning. This one a 2-out single. So with 2 outs, a man aboard for the cleanup man, Alfonso Soriano.
Both hits he's given up, really not much. He's taken the sting out of the bat. That's the main job as a pitcher. This is just about a 3-hop, maybe even 4-hop chopper that perfectly in the hole. And the other one a little off the end of the bat flare.
Pirates infield playing him to pull on the right side. That's why there was so much room there. And with the right-handed batter Soriano up, they shift the other way. So Holt is near the second base back. Soriano takes strike 1. He had a home run last night, his first time up. Solo shot. Now with 27 home runs.
You see the infield defense, how they're swung over playing the pull.
Strike 2 to Soriano. Soriano's 27 homers, the most since he hit 29 in 2008. His 92 RBIs, his most in a single season in 6 years with the Cubs, and the most since he had 95 in 2006 as a member of the Washington Nationals. He had 48 home runs that year, so that was a pretty good year. It's also the year he moved out to the outfield. His 5 years numbers for Soriano. Jeff Locke's 1-2. And you got him looking. Freezes Soriano. And Jeff Locke gets the punch out. Nothing across for the Cubs, and the Bucks coming to bat. Gave up a couple of hits, helped out by a double play started by Clint Barmas. So no score after the first half inning. The Pirates lineup is brought to you by Toyota. Brock Holt back in that leadoff spot. Starling Marte, then Andrew McCutchen, Garrett Jones, Gabby Sanchez fifth, Alvarez in the sixth spot. In the fourth, Michael McHenry catching today. 8 hits and 7 runs batted in his last 23 at bats. Barmas eighth, Jeff Locke batting ninth against Southpaw Chris Russin.
Russin's numbers won't be much to look at. He's just had a couple of starts. His last start was horrendous, to say the least. I'm sure he couldn't wait to get back out there this afternoon and try to put that start against the Nationals behind him.
Russin
trying to put himself into play for a look in spring training by the Cubs, perhaps, as a starter.
He's got an interesting delivery, a little bit of deception. Clint Hurdle described him as a dart thrower earlier today, and you'll see the way that he releases the baseball. Doesn't have a ton of velocity, but throws a variety of pitches. And Holt, ground ball to second. Darwin Barney throws him out, one gone. Rivers Casino tips to win today.
Well, I don't know where the hits are, the home runs. We haven't hit a home run yet. Maybe they're on the game film, and that's kind of like what I was just talking about with Russin. I would hope that they would really have looked at that National start, watch what the Nationals were able to do against him, and go at him the same way this afternoon. 1 inning, 8 hits, 5 runs, and that's what he did in his last start against the Nationals. The secret to getting runs today might lie in that video. So with a young guy, you don't really know much about, and then they had 5 days ago somebody just ripped him apart. But you want to watch that film.
Esposito, the hitting coach, pitching coach, beg your pardon. Marte bunts it back to the pitcher. Almost beat it out. 2 men out. Trying to get it past him on the first base side with the left-hander falling off to the third base side.
A reverse spin, though. Watch. Reverse spin back to the other side. Nice little nifty move. Not a very good punt.
No.
I mean, he could have spun around like a whirling dervish. It wouldn't have mattered if it was a good bunt.
Andrew McCutchen's average down to .341. Struck out 3 times in the game last night. Was hit by a pitch. He'd like to really get going. Pirates with a huge 3-game series coming up starting tomorrow night with Cincinnati. Jeff Samardzija on the right. One of the better games he's had.
The Pirates had 4 hits last night, 4 hits Friday night. The offense has just kind of gone into hibernation against the Cubs.
Samardzija's season is done. Shut down after last night's game. He won't pitch again this year. McCutchen hammers it. Deep left field. Way back it goes. And it's gone. Home run. Andrew McCutchen. 1-0 Pirates.
Must have been on the film. Found those home runs immediately.
First home run of the homestand by a Pirate, and it comes in the final game of it. 25th homer of the year for McCutchen. And that's a welcome sight to see.
Fastball with not a whole lot on it. Middle part of the plate. About mid-thigh. Not much question about whether that one was getting out either. Daytime baseball here is like a lot of other ballparks. The ball will jump.
His first home run since the 15th of August against the Dodgers. Two balls and no strikes to Garrett Jones as McCutchen has hit a solo homer to get the Bucks on the board first. Jones rips it foul. This was a no-doubter off the bat of McCutchen.
You're looking at the location. It's right in the middle of the plate. About mid-thigh. Not a whole lot on it. 88 mile an hour. It's not, as you said, not a hard thrower, and it goes about 8 rows back. Probably about 390 there at the wall where it went out.
Pedro getting the scouting report.
Yep, just asking a little bit. Just asking him, did he get all of it? Could be asking that also.
Well, Jones certainly didn't get all of that one, but it falls in for a 2-out single.
Continues his good hitting. He's been hitting cleanup nowadays. Right-handers, left-handers, doesn't make any difference. He's really gone through a little transformation. Went from the beginning of the year not playing against left-handers to batting cleanup against them.
Gabby Sanchez takes ball 1. Sanchez back out there at first base today. He started 5 of the last 7 games at first. Russin delivers. It's inside, ball 2. Good to see the offense early, and hopefully that's not all the offense. Last night Pirates with 2 runs in the first, and then they only had a couple of hits after that. Managed to put another run together in the 7th inning, but they were helped out by an error by Cubs shortstop Starlin Castro at the time. Castro, he's a great young player, just 22 years of age, still has some things to work on defensively, but very strong arm, very good sense of the game. Here's the 3-0. Walked in. 2 on and 2 out for Alvarez. A 2-out lightning early would be good after the home run by McCutchen lit things up.
Pedro likes to hit home runs in day games. 16 of them come with the sunshine.
304 average in daytime starts.
And this would be a real nice long ball to hit. Get up by 4 runs. Have a fun afternoon. Maybe cruise a little bit.
Foul tip for strike 1. Pedro's average has been floating around 250 in recent days.
You probably want another swing at that last one. Yeah, that one down a little bit.
Took a little more off that, came in at 82.
Going in between these two. A little lower than number 1, a little higher than number 2. And split those 2 pitches and got a good chance it's going to get hit hard.
2 on, 2 out. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Pirates get a run on 2 hits. They leave 2. The home run by Andrew McCutchen. The difference early as McCutchen drills his 25th home run of the year. Hits it over the left field wall to give the Bucs a 1-0 lead.
Have a 1-0 lead, and Jeff Locke has some unfinished business. What am I speaking of? Well, I asked Ray Searage to break it down for me this afternoon.
The biggest thing I want him to do is relax and execute his pitches and think of one pitch at a time. And that curveball was a good selection, but he didn't finish the pitch. And ultimately, the guy got a 3-run home run off him. And I think he's going to learn by that experience that he's going to make sure that he finishes his breaking ball.
Ray was referring to the hanging curve to Houston's Brett Wallace that resulted in a 3-run homer that Tim Neverett referenced earlier in the broadcast. Finishing pitches. Let's see if he can finish a few more and maybe find himself in the win column for the first time in his career, guys.
It would be nice to finish one of those off. I think that would make for a happy flight for Mr. Locke and the rest of the Pirates as Jeff deals high to Starlin Castro.
Yeah, the one thing that everybody right now is hanging on to is the standings, which looks the same as it has for the last week. The Pirates just a game and a half back. No reason for panic other than the fact that the team just isn't playing well, but no one else is playing well either. You look at what the Cardinals are 3-7 in their last 10 games.
They will wrap up a series with Milwaukee at Busch Stadium later today. The Reds are playing at home against Houston and losing early, 1-0. Just 1.5. The Dodgers with a win over the Giants 3-2 yesterday, so they're a half game out, but still the Pirates right on the heels. They haven't moved off of that game and a half distance between themselves and the Cards in a while. 3-1 to Castro. .281 for Castro. 12 home runs. Castro had one hit last night. He was also hit by a pitch, and he walked once, so he was on base 3 times in the game. In the air to right field, Garrett Jones has a beat on it. 1 out. You can place a deposit for your 2013 Pirates season tickets today, from full season to half and 20 game plans. There's a plan that's just right for you. And a lot of great benefits, too, all season long. For example, you can use the batting cages and take batting practice. There are Q&As with Pirates management and a lot more. Deposits made now receive 2012 postseason priority. To place your deposit, go to pirates.com/2013. Josh Vitters, 075. One of the prospects called up from AAA Iowa to finish the season. Cubs have high hopes for Vitters.
The Cubs are doing what the Pirates have done for years. Now holding a September tryout camp.
It's pretty much what it is, isn't it?
A lot of those guys in the lineup this afternoon.
And a bouncer to short. There is Barmes. 2 away. Locke gets the first 2 here in the second. And the right fielder, Dave Suppelt, will come up. So when you look at the bottom of this order, if you want evidence that this is a September tryout camp, Josh Vitters, Dave Suppelt, and Anthony Recker and Chris Russin, the bottom 4 hitters, have 6 hits combined this season.
Not very many major league at bats right there.
Suppelt is 0 for 7. He had some time last year. Big league, Suppelt did. 1-0. Suppelt looks out at Jeff Locke.
Came over with Travis Wood from Cincinnati.
Well, we saw Suppelt in the outfield with Cincinnati last year. Here, made a couple of mistakes in a game one night that cost the Reds that particular ball game. 20 different rookies this season, 3rd most in franchise history since 1946. More evidence of a youth movement in Chicago.
Suppelt played last year. 38. I just looked and I forgot already. 38 games with the Reds before being traded to the Cubs.
It's a mind like a steel trap.
Yeah, like a steel trap. That's right. It's trapped in there. I can't get it out.
That's his first hit of the season at the big league level. 2-out single for Suppelt.
Hit sharply. But again, on the ground to the left side. It's going to be something we see a lot with Locke on the mound. So see that a lot with Mulholland, Duke. Left side of the infield, we get a workout when those two guys are pitching.
Well, Locke now will face Anthony Recker doing the catching. Recker was recalled from Double-A Tennessee Tuesday. Made his Cubs debut that night as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. He flied out and was a defensive replacement in the 9th on Wednesday in that Washington series. Recker takes a strike. Recker was acquired by the Cubs from the Oakland Athletics on the 27th of August. He was a member of Oakland's opening day roster, but was optioned to Triple-A in late May. Hit .265 in Sacramento in Triple-A. Inside corner, called strike 2. Originally a draft choice of the Oakland A's in the 18th round in 2005. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The runner at first is Sepelt. Pirates a 1-0 lead on a home run by Andrew McCutchen in the bottom of the first. Popped up foul over the first base dugout, well up into the seats. Well, the count remains 0-2 to Recker. Prior to his call up from Double-A, he had 18 major league games split over 2 seasons. So not a lot of big league experience for Anthony Recker, trying to gain some with Chicago here in the final month of the season. 0-2 foul back. Jeff Locke, 24 years of age, out of Conway, New Hampshire, Center Conway. A lot of eyes. A lot of people up in that part of the woods, literally.
Oh, moose up there.
A lot of moose up there, yeah. Where Conway is, it's not far from the state of Maine.
A lot of moose in Maine.
The Saco River comes down from Maine in through Conway.
That's the moose kind of follow the river.
Yeah, they do. It's you got to drink something.
Say. I don't have to get my atlas out and check all this, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't. You will not have to do that.
All right.
Plus, don't you have a new atlas that you've downloaded on your new phone?
Yeah, but I still have the old one, the hard copy. It's my favorite.
1-2, swing and a miss, and Locke gets his second strikeout of the game. No runs, a hit, a man left through an inning and a half. Pirates 1, Cubs 0.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealers. Life is all about the ride. See your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers today for a great car with a great deal. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go, Bucks!
Well, Ariana gave up her nap for her first Pirate game.
No, that's what Steve was telling me. He gave up his nap today for this game.
Yeah, that's nice of him. Every once in a while. Well, I guess the real estate a little different out there in the water.
A little houseboat action coming out. You don't see many houseboats with a front yard, but
no.
There you go.
A lot of room there.
Yeah, you could play a little league game out of the front yard.
Picnic table.
Yeah.
Youngsters having a good day on a Kids' Day Sunday. Pirates batting in the bottom of the second inning, leading 1-0. Michael McHenry takes a strike from Chris Russell.
Yeah, you could go out and have a game of catch. You can't do that on many houseboats.
I like the picnic table.
Maybe he's moving too.
It's not centered in the yard or anything.
No, you get it off the side.
Be nice to have a fire pit somewhere. It's got some unwitting neighbors.
That's just some neighborhood people.
One ball and 2 strikes to McHenry. You know, if you had that house, you wouldn't need to rent a place in Florida in the spring. Just motor it down there. McHenry down on strikes. One man out. Second strikeout for Russell.
A little movement on that last pitch now. Tail on it.
Barmes looking for a hit, hitting .220. Takes a strike. Russell's starting to pump in some strikes.
Hit the bullseye with those darts.
Not that time. 1-1. Pirates got the 1-0 lead on the home run by Andrew McCutchen in his first at bat. His 25th of the year. 1-1. That one way down and in. Swinging over the top is Barmes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ready for the 1-2 is Clint Barmes, Pirate shortstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty nice crowd here on this Sunday afternoon. Very pleasant at the park. 66 degrees at game time. Sunshine. Great way to spend a Sunday afternoon in September. Nice skies over Pittsburgh. Two pitch. Inside, the count full, 3-2. Barmes in the first inning ended up turning a double play, 6 unassisted to 3 after Mather led the game off with a base hit.
You can see where they were trying to pitch in there. Everything was inside trying to jam him, and then once they got to that 3-ball pitch, tried the back door of the breaking ball, and he couldn't bring it in.
Well, no matter where you are, if you're on a houseboat or anywhere else, you can follow the Pirates with the MLB.com At Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Jeff Locke is 0 for 1 this year with a strikeout. He's going to try to bunt. Takes a strike. He's looking for his first career sacrifice bunt.
Vitter's being pretty aggressive. He's coming down from third quite quickly on that first pitch.
See how shiny and new Jeff's helmet looks. Doesn't get very much use. And, he held it out there. That's a strike. 0-2.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's right out of the box.
It's all polished up. Got good hair too, does he?
0-2 pitch, and Locke will try to get this one down.
Did I? The sun shining off that helmet.
That's what a brand new one looks like.
The batting gloves are like clear.
Well, check out Barma's helmet.
His has had some use.
See McHenry's? He's all beat up. Locke strikes out, can't get the bunt down.
A lot of times the hitters' helmets, they see most of their use banging off the floor in the tunnel behind the dugout.
Yeah.
So that's where they get most of their marks.
Locke should go back in the tunnel and throw his helmet around a little bit, get some scratches and scuffs on it.
If you see a pitcher just doesn't get mad at its helmet very often. Usually it's the glove.
Usually he's going to ask directions to where his helmet is. 2 men out. Here's Brock Holt. Holt is 0 for 1, grounded out to second in the first. And at first is Barmas, and he gets back. So now his helmet's relatively new also. He's been using it a little bit more than Locke has.
He hadn't had a whole lot of reasons to throw it around either.
No. He's been getting his share of hits.
Still hitting .360 right now. It's one very fortunate thing that has happened to the Pirates with Walker going down, his replacement batting .360. He's helping out a little bit, but not helping out enough. So the record is not where they would like it.
2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, Walker not able to go again today. He's missed the entire homestand. Thought that we might see him in the Cubs series, but very slow return after tightness in his lower back. Missed the Houston series, now missing the Cubs series. And Neil Walker Fathead Jr. wall decal day today. Nothing junior about that though. Look how big those are. Should have had a few up here. We could put them on our wall. Pirates like somewhere maybe right here because we don't want to cover that up. Put it right there. No, you don't like it? Holt ground ball to second. Barney from the lip of the outfield grass throws him out. So the Pirates done in the second. We'll head to the third. 1-0 Bucks. This day in Pirates history, September 9th, 1992, Jeff King hit his second career grand slam off Ken Patterson in the 6th inning of the Pirates' 13-8 win over the Cubs. Brought to you by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Ban the DH, Bob. Look at that.
You know what you're looking at right there?
What?
That's the first female commissioner of baseball.
You think
right
so?
There. She
really?
will be. I have no doubt. That is her future.
Well, we know who she lets influence her baseball decisions. Mr. Walk.
Commissioner?
Madam Commissioner? Russell, the pitcher, takes a strike, and it's 1-1. One pitch to the Cubs pitcher. Up high, 2-1. It's amazing the things that sometimes people, they don't think that it means anything, but all of a sudden takes off. Like Bob wanting to put a movement together to ban the designated hitter.
I don't want to put a movement together. Just happened.
Just had it happen. Yeah. One out as Russian grounds out to Brock Holt. Follow us on Twitter at Root Sports Pit. Special giveaways and behind the scenes looks at your favorite teams. Join the conversation with Dan Potash, Rob King, and others on Twitter today. And tell us how you root at Root Sports Pit. Top of the order for the Cubs with one out. Joe Mather. He had a bloop single in the first inning to the opposite field. Now they're making the start today in center field. Doesn't do that a lot. Brett Jackson's been out there, but he was hurt the other day, and now Mather 2 for 2. Line shot single.
A little different than that first hit where he just flared one in off the end of the bat. He got that one right down the middle, and that's how you're supposed to hit him. Locke's been doing a pretty good job to this point of not throwing too many pitches in the heart of the plate. Locke is not an overpowering type guy. He needs to stay on the edges. Good shot there by the AGH cam, as always. Showing all the little things that you just can't see when you're watching it live.
Darwin Barney hit into a double play in the first.
Keeps his helmet nice. Huh? Look at that.
Maybe he's got a new one. Mather certainly doesn't.
That's another thing about the helmets. A lot of guys, that, for whatever reason, they want them dirty and scuzzy looking.
A lot of guys put pine tar up there.
If you take some alcohol and try to clean them up, they actually get upset with you.
Guys want the pine tar in the helmet. Just another thing they can use when they're at the plate to get their batting gloves sticky. McHenry will go out and visit with Locke. One ball, no strikes to Darwin Barney. There are all the tools in the on deck circle.
And the pine tar is actually in that. You can see it looks like it's folded over a piece of vinyl. It's got like a terry cloth interior that they drizzle that pine tar all over it. It's that little thing right there. Then you have the stick on top of it is the same thing. It's kind of real hard. It comes off almost like a glue.
Tony hits one high and down the left field side. Marte chasing it as far as he can. Foul ball.
There's been some pitchers known to like hide a little of that stuff on their bodies a certain. Go out and pitch with it so they can get a little tackiness on their fingers.
Never heard of such a thing.
That way you can maybe get a little extra on the spin of a breaking ball or sinker, something like that. Just kind of improves the grip. It doesn't help you throw an illegal pitch, but it does help you maybe throw the legal pitches a little bit better. Get that little bit nicer grip on the ball.
Anybody you know did that?
No.
No?
I've heard about it. You hear things, through the grapevine that guys would do that. The pitching coach, Esposito, he would know nothing about that.
Arnes does not get the lead runner.
Wow. First look, I thought he had him. We'll have to go to the tape. What do you think? I was surprised to see the save call.
I thought he had him on a force here.
Well, that was
Maybe
awfully
the foot
close.
Just barely got in.
Yeah. The foot was on the. That's always such a tough one to deal with, even on a replay, because you're having to watch the ball hit the glove and then look to the base. And by that time, the foot could be on it.
Paul Emmel with the call at second base. Anthony Rizzo batting with 1 out and 2 on. In the air to left center field. Marte towards the out. 2 gone for the Cubs. Quick at bat for Rizzo.
Soriano really did a lot of chasing of bad pitches down in yesterday's ball game. You would think he'll get a lot of breaking pitches out of the strike zone, a little low, so you get some chases from him. Maybe some sinkers. J-Mac, yesterday's starter, worked some downstairs stuff to him. And also, Hughes really threw some nice sinkers to him. Gets ahead, I think, with a changeup.
Alfonso Soriano's put up some impressive numbers.
Anything can throw now? Backdoor breaking ball. 0-1.
If he can get ahead.
Vic Bloom says that it's going to be an off-speed pitch more often than a fastball, and likes the curve. Fastball in. Now you saw that the percentage was almost at 50%, so that's kind of flip a coin in that instance. And as a pitcher, I think that's basically what you always want all your percentages to be. You don't want to ever get locked in on throwing a certain pitch and a certain count all the time. And then that's a nice variety there. About half of them fastballs and curveballs, changeups, split the difference.
There it goes. And walking to third is Mather. Stolen base. Will be his 4th steal of the year.
And a little bit of a blunder there, wouldn't you say? Not moving into second base. Is that Barney down there?
Yeah, he stuck at first.
What was he doing? The only reason you want to steal third there is to try and get the trail runner in the scoring position. He was caught sleeping. Oh, look at the 1-2 count. He loves the curve.
And he went upstairs and struck him out for the 2nd time this afternoon. Cubs leave 2 after 2.5. Pirates 1, Cubs nothing. Well, the pitch probability we showed you last night on the telecast comes from Bloomberg Sports and takes into account 5 different variables to make their predictions. Pitchers' pitch selection over the last 3 years, pitcher batter history, batter handedness, is he right-handed or left-handed, the count, and runners on base. Pretty neat tool to have. What would Zoltan do? He might go to Bloomberg and try to predict the pitch probability.
Zoltan would look fastball and take his rips.
Starling Marte takes inside for a ball.
You know, I was thinking last night when we were talking about the pitch probability, it could be as useful or more useful to somebody that's a base stealer. You know, it's very important for those guys to try and run on off-speed pitches. And if you have a starting pitcher that day that you think you might be able to run on, maybe he's a little on the slow side to the plate, see what he does in different counts to the guys that are hitting behind you. And if something stands out, then you know where you want to try and run.
Barney making the catch. Rizzo thought he had it lined up, but the ball kept twisting back deeper and deeper into fair territory. Barney ends up making the play. Marte 0 for 2.
A little bit of a breeze going out to center field, kind of moved that ball back to Barney.
Barrel Automotive League leader stat, highest average against left-handed pitching. Barrel is driven to be better. Andrew McCutchen, the leader in this category, .412 his average against lefties. 1 for 1 with a home run. Two balls and no strikes to McCutchen. 1 man out. Base is empty. Love to see Kutch get hot again starting now. A couple of cool type of games the last few. Last night especially, 3 strikeouts in the game. He ended up going 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and scored a run. Did not have a hit in Friday night's game either. Well, he was robbed a couple of times. And McCutchen walks. Didn't want any part of it. Chris Russin. Will pitch to Garrett Jones. Jones is 1 for 1. An opposite field single in the first. Russin out of the University of Kentucky pitched there. Jones fouls this one back.
4 years. A lot of players come out after their junior year, but he was there for 4.
He was there for 4, but he finished up a class short of his degree. Needed 1 more class to get his degree in agriculture economics.
He figures if he needs it, he can go back and get it.
Yeah, I mean, 1 class you can do it. A semester, that's a lot, but just needs 1 more. Defensively, the Cubs are playing Garrett Jones, Starlin Castro up the middle, a little bit of room on the left side.
That's a traditional pull setup. You get the off infielder, in this case the shortstop. He plays over that edge of the mound. As you look out from home plate, you could draw a straight line from home plate right over the edge of the mound, right to the infielder.
Well, we've talked about it a bunch over the last week or so. Garrett Jones having a career year, putting up very solid numbers in the production department. Hot shot down to Barney. Castro back to Rizzo. And that is an inning-ending double play. We played 3 full at PNC Park. 1-0 Pirates. Hits for the Cubs. Pirates trying to salvage a game in this 3-game set. Cubs have taken the first 2. Time for our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Prior to Brock Holt, who was the last Pirate to attend Rice University? The last Pirate to attend Rice University. Trying to think of the Houston guys and work your way back out. Both Brad Lincoln and Chris Snyder went to the University of Houston, both Houston area natives. There's the pitch to Castro, the shortstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Castro flied to right field his first time up, 0 for 1. Two balls, no strikes. Any thoughts on that question?
I don't know.
Two-0 pitch. And pounded foul. 2 balls and a strike. I think it was fairly recently. The Astros were in. Somebody asked Brock Holt if he followed the Astros. He hadn't gone to school in Houston. He said nope. He's a Rangers fan. He's from Fort Worth in that area, which is not very far from Arlington, where the Rangers play. Three-1. And Castro gets it up in the air to right center field. And McCutchen records out number 1 in the 4th. Castro's 0 for 2. Well, Josh Vitters have an opportunity now. Vitters grounded out to Barmes at shortstop in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1.
Locke's certainly giving the Pirates an excellent start here this afternoon. Throwing up some zeros and getting some easy outs.
This one deep to left field. Marte on the run. He looks up, and this ball game's tied as Josh Vitters has hit his 2nd major league home run. It's a 1-1 game.
I guess you can put this one on me, huh?
You did it.
Well, you can blame it on me until you see where the pitch is. Then you won't. Watch the replay. Wasn't my fault.
Just a bad spot.
Pretty much put that one on a tee. I was ready to accept the jinx until I saw the location of the pitch. That was out pretty easy too.
Played the hop really well there. Pelt singled through the left side of the infield his first time up. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him now. Josh Vitters with a home run.
2 home runs now, and what? 6 hits. Have a little bit of power. The umpire's up on the wall there. You see that? So Gary Darling, the crew chief in red. When you go out to argue or when you're yelling at, you know who they are.
Ground ball to short. 2 out.
Gary Darling, crew chief. He got in a little bit of an argument with Clint. There's that pitch, a little breaking ball got in on him a little. Darling got in an argument was Friday night with Clint on a play at third. Tossed him.
Clint didn't agree with Gary, and when he went out to argue, he told him that he was going to be out there a while. I asked him yesterday, when you see a certain call in a certain situation of a game and you know you're going out there, do you go out there with the intent to get ejected? Do you think about it before you go up the steps? There's a deep fly ball to center field. McCutchen up against the wall. It is gone. A solo home run for Anthony Recker. It is 2-1 Chicago. His first career home run.
He didn't get out there and try and pull it. Went back through the middle with it. But again, watch location. Right down the middle. That's two balls right in the middle of the plate. 2 home runs this inning.
Now the pitcher, Russian. Oh, pair of solo home runs for the Cubs, 1 solo home run for the Pirates. The home run has accounted for all of the runs this afternoon. Anthony Recker, who was in Double-A just a few weeks ago. It's his first big league home run. So the young Cubs producing this afternoon. Tapper, that's going to go foul.
They're trying to make some impressions. They're getting a look. I mean, we've been through this for so many years in September. And what the Cubs are doing right now, that there are a lot of determinations are being made about what they want to do in the off season, who's going to be in a running for jobs come March. He might have one.
And Jeff Samardzija, he's probably going to be their ace next year.
He's their ace right now.
Strike 3 called. And down on strikes goes Russell. 2 solo home runs given up by Locke, and the Cubs in front. Jeff Locke a little disappointed after giving up a pair of solo home runs. One to Josh Vitters and another to Anthony Recker. Recker's first major league home run. Hit it up into the bushes, and well, he wants to have that baseball.
Oh, everybody wants their first one, and hopefully it was recovered. That's the one place he can hit it where he might lose it, getting up into the hedges, but they're able to come up with it. So he'll have his first one.
Last half inning, we gave you our AT&T Mobility trivia question prior to Brock Holt, who was the last Pirate to attend Rice University. And the answer is Josh Rodriguez, who played for the Pirates in 2011. He was a Rule 5 guy. Rodriguez, the last Rice Owl before Brock Holt. Pirates looking to get the lead back. 2-1 Cubs, bottom of the fourth inning. Gabby Sanchez, Pedro Alvarez, and Michael McHenry due up. Gabby takes a strike. Sanchez walked in the first. One's left there.
Get our home run ball going again. Got to answer.
Strike two. Pitch inside on the hands. And Josh Vitters, the third baseman, his second major league home run. Third catcher used in this series. Different catcher going each day.
Giving a lot of guys a look, like we're saying, and it's the position the Cubs are in right now. It'll be interesting to see what kind of patience the Cubs have as far as this rebuilding process. Are they going to, do it through their minor league system, or will they come out and maybe spend a little bit of money trying to jumpstart things in the free agent market?
Bouncer to Castro.
One of the big market teams, obviously, being in Chicago.
I was talking to somebody with the Cubs crew 2 days ago, asking a question: will they make a splash in the offseason? They said they'll probably look to sign a couple of free agents, but not necessarily make a blockbuster maneuver. They want to continue on the path they're on, building from within for right now.
Well, there's your answer then. It'll be a little on the patient side. Soriano still here, kind of surprised a lot of people. We talked about this last couple of nights that he was rumored to be going a few different places at the trading deadline as they were making all their trades, trying to get rid of the older veteran players. But Soriano apparently chose not to go. Dallas Wayne, they've chosen him to oversee this transition period if they can rebuild a winner. Good man for the job.
One and two to Pedro. Base hit. Alvarez, a one-out single.
Hit off a lefty. Look how deep he allowed that baseball to get. It was almost past home plate. They had contact.
Michael McHenry struck out swinging his first time up. He's got Alvarez aboard. Pedro represents the game's tying run. 2-1 Cub lead, bottom of the fourth. And Chris Russin 0-2 with an ERA of 9 on the hill. Ball one. Well, Clint Hurl was asked an interesting question prior to the game about his team playing up or down to the level of their competition. During this homestand, you say, okay, Houston 2 out of 3. The Cubs have taken 2. I was trying to avoid being swept. And, it was a good question I thought asked of him, saying, do you think your team plays up or down to the level of your competition? He said it could be true. And he said that he referred to it as the chameleon effect. You sort of take the shape and color of your opponent. One ball and 2 strikes.
You need to get like the lion effect and rip some people apart here. Need to make a move while the opposition, the Dodgers and the Cardinals, are struggling.
One-two pitch. McCutchen hits it well right at Soriano.
Soriano didn't believe you though at first. He came in a couple of steps and then had to back up. He didn't realize it was right at him. Ball hit hard, right at him. Goes in and has to go back where he was. He's known for his hitting. Don't see him jump as often as you used to for those fly balls.
Well, the routine ones, he used to leap as he was making the catch.
He had a little jump in last night's game. Just barely got off the ground. Made a nice catch Friday, going back onto the warning track right in front of the wall. McCutchen hit that one, I think.
Barmas down the left field side, but that ball will hook into the seats. Foul.
Pirate fan able to knock that one down, keep it in front of him.
Didn't allow the runner to advance.
No. There's last night, or Friday night, excuse me, going back. Right in front of T-Mobile.
McCutchen hit a little farther today. Got a home run. Popped up right side. Will it be playable? Darwin Barney will make the basket catch.
Willie Mays action.
Yeah. So the Pirates held scoreless in the 4th. They did manage a hit. It's 2-1 Chicago.
Park. That means it's Kids Day. The kids are number 1 today. This was Pirate Tales Day on the Pirate Deck, which means the kids get to hear a story. But from which member of the Pirates? Well, how about Jared Hughes greeting Casey at the bat to 200 local students from grades 1 through 6. Yeah, you know, Jared comes out with that mean look. Well, look at the softer side. Not so intimidating when he's in front of young kids. And obviously willing to play along as well with the Zoltan Z. See, Bob, he's got a softer side.
Oh, I know he's got a softer side. You get him out, between the lines. Just one of the nicest guys you'll ever come across.
And he's from Southern California.
Yes, he is.
Gotta like that too.
I do, Abe. I tell you what, though, you get him between the chalk lines.
Yeah, no.
Nothing soft about him then. He's come to beat you. Love the Sundays at the ballpark with all the kids out here. It's just tremendous to see. Great summer that this has been. Got the correct color of cotton candy going.
I saw that. I noticed. It's the color of choice. What would you say? Ban the blue?
No, it's not worth banning that. I mean, that's okay because it's still the same. It's just a different color. No reason to ban it.
Strike 2 to Mather. But the pink cotton candy is the cotton candy of choice.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I like the pink the best.
The stick came out.
It's very popular with that crowd. Stick back in.
Strike 3. Mather down on strikes. So coming up, Sky Blast on Saturday, September 29th, when the Reds are in town at 7:05. Zambelli fireworks after the game, featuring Lifehouse. For tickets, visit pirates.com. I just wanted to listen.
Good to listen to.
Yeah.
Good mixture. A little blue and pink together. A little less messy, I think, in the plastic bag than the traditional paper stick.
Pedro
Get that on.
spears that one and throws out Barney. 2 men out for the Cubs in the top half of the 5th. Yeah, looking forward to seeing Lifehouse, Sky Blast. Of course, the Sky Blast shows are just, as people know, absolutely tremendous.
Big fireworks here last night.
Yeah. Anthony Rizzo will take strike 1. What was the last Sky Blast? That was Sticks, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were really good. Really good. They've stood the test of time. While the Cubs have been out of town, they've been in Washington and now here. Bruce Springsteen has been playing Wrigley Field. That'd be a good show. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's up high and away, 2-2. And the 2-2 to Rizzo. Swing and a miss, and Locke strikes him out.
Excellent job keeping the pitch count down and right there in this ball game.
Good inning for Jeff Locke. Pirates need some runs.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
First Pirate game. Brownie's got his own fan club out there.
Clear the deck. Hope there'll be some cannonballs coming. Maybe not from Locke, but soon.
Boy Scout Pack 474 is here. And Jeff Locke quickly 0-2. He struck out first time up, trying to bunt. And he's got himself his first big league hit. And it might be a double. Nope, he's going to stop at first base. Jeff Locke. An excuse me single to lead things off in the Pirate half of the fifth.
That's just what we needed. When you have a pitcher that leads off the inning with a base hit, something almost always comes out of that, because now you have the top of the lineup, your best hitters, and you've already started the inning with a base runner. And that's one of those things that as far as where the pitch is, you just blame on yourself. You got your opposing pitcher 0-2, and you give him something to hit. It's a big mistake on your part. Russin definitely gave him a good pitch to hit. I don't know if that was a physical error or just what happened. Can't be throwing the ball there.
Fred Kremlis, who is here working as an instructor, holding on to the ball of Jeff Locke. His first major league hit. That'll go up on a shelf somewhere. No balls and a strike to Brock Holt. He's 0 for 2. Offered at it. Foul tipped it into the glove of Record. 2 for 10 in this series. Brock Holt's been in the big leagues a full week and playing as a regular. Nobody out. Locke at first. And here is the pitch. Outside 1-2. Well, at some point, Neil Walker will return and play second base, but Brock Holt's been trying to make the most of his opportunity, batting leadoff and playing second. Neil still working his way back from that back problem. Slowly hit to the right side. And safe at first base, a base hit. Can't sleep on Brock Holt going down the line.
Two huge mental mistakes right here. You got the 0-2 pitch, and now this.
Russin talking with his catcher Recker and the rest of the Cub infield. Chris Bosio, the pitching coach, will come out. Relay a message from the bench here. What are they going to do?
Now, watching that replay, it looked like Rizzo's only play was to go ahead and throw that ball to second base.
Our AGH injury update. Neil Walker scheduled to take BP in the cage this morning. Swing from the left side for the first time since injuring his back. He's been out since the 26th of August, or the 27th of August, beg your pardon. Our injury update brought to you by our friends at Allegheny Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pirates. And Walker has missed this entire homestand.
Missed the road trip. Missed a lot of games. Now, when that ball was hit originally, I thought Rizzo had a chance to go over and get Holt, and that's why I thought he gave that up in order to take a look at second. But I thought that was the mental mistake. But on that replay, I don't think that he had a shot at Holt. That his only play was his second base. So that might have been just a situation where it was a perfectly placed swinging bunt.
Seen what Marte can do.
Now, when this ball's hit, I thought Rizzo was going to come and get it and then go to the line and make a tag. But after watching the replay, no chance at that. His only play was at second base. If he had no play there, he had no play.
Marte gets the bunt down foul. Jeff Locke goes back to second base. Brock Holt backing into first. Well, Locke's probably thinking, hey, the hitting thing's pretty cool, but I'm on base for a while. He's probably used to just sitting down, getting a rest.
I don't think he wants to sit down.
He represents the tying run here.
He's having fun out there.
Marte watches that one sail by for a ball. Anytime you can help your own cause, there's never a problem with it.
It's kind of interesting that Castro didn't cut behind him on that pitch. A lot of times you can get an inexperienced runner like a young pitcher to wander too far off second base on one of these bunt attempts that are taken, and you'll have the catcher throw behind him at the shortstop. Locke got off a long ways, but Castro didn't go to the bag.
It's that bunt down foul. 2 strikes on Marte.
Imagine the pump will be off now. Marte will get the swing, you would think. That's what most of the time happens with a regular player. They'll make a pitcher bunt all 3 times, but I don't see him do that with regulars very often. Anybody, not just Clint, but most managers won't do that.
Evens up the count at 2-2. Activity in the Cub bullpen. Jay Chapman. Neil Huntington, the Pirates general manager, telling Greg Brown on his weekly radio show today that the Pirates are expected to call up 2, perhaps 3 more people from Indianapolis in AAA. And the thought would be to have a 12-man bullpen like the Cubs do, to give Clint Hurdle every opportunity to win games down the stretch and have as many arms as he would deem necessary. So it looks like the Pirates are going to add a few more players now that the playoffs are over for AAA Indy, and that's going to get even more crowded out there. Marte down on strikes. 1 out.
And that's the problem when you don't get those first 2 bunts down, even though you get a green light. Now you're starting your at-bat out in a 2-strike hole. 1 swing and a miss and you're done, and that's what happened to Marte.
First inning with 2 outs. Andrew McCutchen, boom, home run number 25. And no doubter for Kutch. 84th run batted in. First home run since the 15th of August against the Dodgers. Now be a good time with 2 on and 1 out. High fly ball to right. Underneath it is Sapelt. He'll make the catch. 2 men out. A quick at bat for McCutchen. Saw a pitch he liked and tried to drive it. Ooh, look at that.
Just got underneath it a little too much. Oh, certainly was a center cut. Maybe Garrett Jones will see that same pitch. right in the middle of the plate.
Garrett just 1 for 9 in this series. Now 1 hit was in the first inning. A base hit, and then he bounced into a double play. 2 down, 2 on, and the pitch to Jones. Breaking ball in for a strike. Chris Rustin's pitch. Jones lets it go for a ball, 1-1.
Nice one to lay off. Not going to do a whole lot with that pitch, even if you were going to swing at it. Little pitcher's pitch right on the very edge of the strike zone. See where it is down there, the number 2. The only time you want to swing at that pitch is if you get 2 strikes on you.
Well, there's 2 strikes on him now. Ball 2 strikes to Jones. 25-year-old. These guys want a cannonball. Jones could provide them. He has done it 23 times before.
Hang that breaking ball up out over the plate. See where it goes.
That's a foul ball.
It did give him a pretty good breaking ball to hit. Got on top of it.
.80 pitches, 51 strikes for Russin. Russin, a 4th round pick in the 2009 draft by the Cubs. 2-2 to Jones.
He's already had a successful start this afternoon. If you compare it to what he did last time out.
2-2 to Garrett. Count is full, 3-2. So the runners will go on the pitch. Locke from second, and Brock Holt from first. You got Locke and Brock out there.
Garrett's been able to lay off that little cluster of balls he's seen down and away, right on the very edge of the strike zone. That's kept him still up there.
Here comes the payoff to Jones. Swung on and a ball hit to right field, and a sliding grab by Sapelt to take one away from Jones. Good outfield defense by Dave Sapelt. 2-1 Cubs. The end of 5. Thank you, Rob. Still a game and a half behind the Cardinals for that second wild card spot. Atlanta entrenched in there right now in the top spot.
Definitely not good news coming out of St. Louis, but just means we got to have a little comeback win. Only down by a run, just past the halfway mark.
Top of the sixth inning. Alfonso Soriano will lead off. He has struck out twice. Then Starlin Castro and Josh Vitters to face Jeff Locke. Two runs on 7 hits for Chicago. 1 run on 5 hits for the Bucks. First ball swing, ground ball left side, scooped up in the short hop by Alvarez. The Rockets head on to first base for the out. Soriano is 0 for 3. Nice quick out. Well, the bullpens. Jay Chapman, a right-hander for the Cubs, and Kyle McPherson back up for the Pirates.
Not taking any chances getting McPherson up early before the inning even started. Locke's only thrown 76 pitches, but 2 long balls, a couple of solo home runs that's costing the lead.
Pitch to Castro. Strike 1.
We've lost our sun for a while too, haven't we?
Yeah, it's overcast.
Very overcast here last inning or so.
Cloud cover movement. In the air to right, routine fly ball for Jones. 2 down. Wild and wonderful sports continues Saturday when the West Virginia Mountaineers take on the James Madison Dukes. Don't miss the Mountaineers' second game of the season live at 4:30 Saturday afternoon on Root Sports. Mountaineers, Geno Smith, the quarterback, is very, very good. They have the best grandparents. It is Grandparents' Day. Happy Grandparents' Day, everybody. Out on Federal Street before the game, a lot of the Pirates mascots are out there, and kids could take pictures with them and create their own Grandparents' Day. Well, you can listen. Just talking about Grandparents' Day. Grandparents' Day cards that the kids could make today. Usually a lot of activities out on Federal Street before the games.
It's about time, though, we've had a day for the grandparents.
Yeah, happy Grandparents' Day, Bob.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Josh Vitters takes low and away. And it's a 2-1 count to him. Vitters hit his second major league home run in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. Strike is called. 2-2. What are the granddaughters doing today?
Don't know. Not sure what they're up to.
Whatever they want?
Yeah. They're with Mom and Dad doing something today, I'm sure. It's a Sunday. I like the
face paint.
Yeah, that one's pretty awesome. I haven't seen that one before. A little different look.
Here comes the payoff pitch. 2 down. Base is empty, and Vitters swings and chops it past the mound. And charging is Holt, and he won't make the play. Just the regular old ground ball, slowly hit. Could have been an out, but Holt didn't get a glove on it. And an error charge to Brock Holt.
A little chopper he thought was going to bounce up a little higher. Must have hit a soft spot, stayed down, or he just misread it. One of the two. But definitely brought the glove up, and the ball did not come up with him.
It's his 3rd error this week. Now that'll bring up Dave Sapelt. Sapelt made a fine play on Garrett Jones, robbing him of a sinking line drive that would have scored at least 1 run. Walker hoping to get back out there. He's been fielding ground balls with little to no trouble prior to games. It's just been a swing of the bat. And he's concerned about the torque you get when you have to swing the way you do at this level of baseball. Does not want to risk furthering an injury or having some kind of injury down the stretch. Pirates with 23 games to go after today, though. And they do need Walker back in the lineup. This is game number 139 of 162. And the 1-1 to Sapelt. Well, going to throw to first. Pirates are 72 and 66, 6 above 500 with 23 to play. And the throw to first.
Last night's game, was that McHenry threw out at second base with just an absolute perfect throw.
Castro
right on the bag.
Got him in the ninth.
McHenry been out early working on his throws this week, and definitely paid off with that one last night.
Well, they had him a couple of times working on his throws. His balls have been tailing to the right, but that's perfect.
Right there on the bag. Vargas caught it and didn't even hardly have to move the glove. Castro slid right in, tagged himself out.
Vitter's the runner at first base, 2 men out, and a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Sapelt. Puts it down the right field side. Jones to the railing. That's as far as he'll get.
As a catcher, if you have that tail and it's consistent, you can kind of play it. But it's much easier, though, if you're throwing the ball straight to get it on target. You don't want to have to play that slice if you don't have to. When you're pitching, movement's good. When you're trying to throw to a base, no, it's not good.
1-2 pitch. Playable for Jones. Garrett Jones will squeeze it. And that is out number 3. Kent Tacome's ball had a little movement, didn't it? A little tail.
Yes, it did.
will come to PNC Park September 18th through the 20th. Plus Thursday the 20th is a 4:05 game and a PNC check card discount game. Get up to $10 off when you use your PNC check card. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. Pirates and Brewers, just a 3-gamer. You got to pick the right baseball out of the trunk.
You don't have to count them. You got to pick one out.
Pick the white one.
Is that what you do? You got to pick the right one?
I think you're counting them up, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been out there, but
I can't remember now what I guessed last
night. What'd you guess? How many baseballs were in the trunk? Jay Chapman takes over for Russin.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Russin goes the requisite 5, so he's a pitcher of record right now with a 2-1 Cub lead.
Chapman, not much to look at there as far as numbers. Just a couple of games. But we couldn't do anything with Russin, so this got to be a little bit better. With the right-hander in there.
Facing Gabby Sanchez. First baseman takes a strike.
Neither offense really has done a whole lot today. It's been 3 solo home runs. That's it.
Well, Chapman recalled from Double-A prior to Tuesday's game. Made his major league debut against the Nationals. Originally property of Atlanta. Involved in the Paul Maholm deal. Paul Maholm and Reed Johnson went to Atlanta. In fact, we were in Chicago the day they made the trade. They tossed a perfect 9th inning Wednesday night, mopping up in Washington. Nationals would win that ball game. 16th round selection of the Braves in 2005. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes coming to Gabby Sanchez from Chapman. Fouled it back. Over in the American League, Baltimore and New York playing. They're playing for that lead in the American League East. They started the day tied. Don't sleep on Tampa Bay. They're just 2 games back and leading Texas 6-0 in the top half of the 7th inning. B.J. Upton for the Rays. 3 home runs in that game.
That American League East had a very exciting last day of the season last year. It might come down to that again.
Gabby Sanchez down on strikes.
Gabby going after a ball with down and in type movement. Just caught the inside corner, but look how he just kept diving. By the time it got back to the catcher's glove, it was a lot lower than that. He's got his American League team and his National League team. That's all right.
Be a good World Series matchup again.
Yeah, he's got his baseball team and his softball team. It's okay. Steve looking at it. It's on the ceiling there.
Might be a spider up there.
Could be. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Steve Blass beat the Orioles in the World Series 1971. This a complete game in Game 7. And first time out, Game 3. 79, the Pirates beat the Orioles also.
The last 2 World Championships have been against the Orioles. We were talking about that when we were in Baltimore. Wouldn't it be coincidental to have it happen again? Orioles have been making a push. Now it's our turn.
That is a fair ball. Swinging bunt. And it gets away. And Alvarez will be safe.
That's why you got to run them out. No matter how it looks like, oh, I'm out easy. Go ahead and Get down the line, because that can happen. They talked about having some movement on a baseball. When you throw into a base, you don't like it. I'm guessing there must have been some kind of movement there. I don't know why else Rizzo would have not been able to catch it.
Tying run is aboard with 1 out. The error charged on Rizzo. And McHenry pops this one up back at second base. Castro makes the catch. And there are 2 men out of the Pirates half of the 6th. We want you to be part of tonight's Pirates post-game show. Text your comments on the Pirates to 412-412 and then tune into the post-game show right afterward. It's your chance to tell us how you root for the Buccos. So right after the game today, text your comments to 412-412. Message and data rates may apply. Pinch hitter coming up for the Bucks. Jeff Clement is going to hit for Clint Barmas.
Big pinch hit. Yesterday's game. Last one off the right field fence, hit very hard. Knocked in the tying run. That long pinch hit single.
Takes low and in for a ball. Ball, no strikes. 1 for 10. This is his second stint with the big league club. Was sent down briefly in a transaction that required him to go all the way down to single A so that he could come back quicker. Because the Marauders season was going to end last week and not go to the postseason. Clement went all the way down there, he and Chase Darno, and then when that season ended, Darno went to Indy to try to help the Indians. And Clement came back here. They did that so they didn't have to wait 10 days. James Russell warming up, the big lefty. Two balls and a strike to Jeff Clement. Two balls, one strike. Pitch to Jeff coming. That's inside, 3-1. Well, possesses pretty good power. He can do some damage with one swing. Jordy Mercer is going to hit in the 9 spot. If you're thinking ahead, Mercer would more than likely stay in the game and play shortstop with Clement hitting for Barmas. That's a strike, and the count is full, 3-2. Alvarez will take off with this pitch. Thurston, the right-hander on the left, and the right-hander on the right, Jared Hughes. Here comes
on the situation, which will pitch.
Payoff pitch is low ball 4. 2 men on and 2 men out. Tying run in scoring position.
Josh Harrison grabs it back.
Well, Harrison can do the shortstop thing as well, so we will see what Josh can do against the team that drafted him. Josh was a Cub, and Pirates went out and got him as part of a trade a couple of years ago. Worked his way up through the minor league system. Jeff Locke making his second start in 2012. He's himself behind 2-1, but the Pirates trying to put something together with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Josh Harrison against Jay Chapman. And a ground ball to the left side. Third baseman Vitters gets the force at second, and that ends the Pirate threat. We'll head to the 7th inning at PNC Park. Cubs 2, Pirates 1.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Now get a great deal on a legendary Jeep vehicle at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin mattress stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Cloud cover over North Shore and downtown. Here in Pittsburgh today.
The clouds that were over us, though, they've moved on now, and the sun's back out right over the top of us. But that's why it was getting a little dark for a while. That shot that we were just showing, that was what was over the top of us.
Jordy Mercer goes to short. Cal McPherson takes over for Jeff Locke.
Big shadow of the light tower starting to come across home plate now.
Anthony Recker takes a strike. Recker had his first big league home run in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2.
Well, McPherson has shown a very good fastball and a penchant for going after the hitters. He's been throwing strikes. I really like what we've seen from him.
Ground ball to Pedro. There's one out. Well, yesterday, I know Greg was down in Murraysville for the Miracle League grand opening, but the weather at that time in the morning was too inclement to have the ceremony for the grand opening, so it's been rescheduled for Saturday morning, next Saturday morning. So hopefully it'll be back out there. Pirates Charities and the Miracle League in Murraysville. For the 15th of September. It's next Saturday morning. It's been rescheduled for. So those of you who are out there or headed out there and who now want to go out there, make sure you take part. It's really a great experience to be around. These Miracle Leaguers. There's Brian LaHare pinch hitting. LaHare hitting for Jay Chapman, the pitcher, who went an inning. Struck out 1, walked 1. And LaHare, back liner to right field. It's a base hit.
Not much of it, but just enough. Yeah, LaHare got 15 home runs and only 34 RBIs.
A lot of that came right at the beginning of the year. He came out of the chute red hot. LaHare ended up being a Cubs All-Star representative because of the first half of the season that he did have. And he was playing a lot of first base. But once he started to not hit as well and Anthony Rizzo came up, LaHare has been limited to outfield and bench duty.
I would have thought he'd have a lot more home runs or a lot more RBIs with well over 300 at bats and 15 home runs. There's 15 RBIs just right there, just if they were all solo shots. My guess is his hitting with runners in scoring position numbers aren't all that good. Either that or just nobody's getting on for him, one of the two.
McPherson's pitch. In there for a called strike on the inside corner. Kyle was called up on the 31st of August from Indy, where he went 0-1 with an 0.98 ERA, 17 strikeouts in 3 starts. And delivers another strike call to Mather.
Mather gave up on that breaking ball a little bit, froze him. Pretty much broke right down the middle and he couldn't pull the trigger on it. See, those are breaking balls that you don't really notice until someone hits one hard and then you say, oh look, he hung one. If nobody swings at it, well, they froze them. If they hit it out, they hung one.
Well, they probably hang a lot more than people think.
Oh yeah, there's so many balls that are in the heart of the plate that don't get hit anywhere, and so you just don't notice them. And then when you see one that does, and The AGH cam. McHenry doing his job. When one does get in the middle of the plate and they hit it out of the ballpark, well, of course, it's our job to point that out.
That's right.
But that's what that second pitch was. That was a little breaking ball that was just sitting right there, right down the middle. Didn't get hit anywhere. There's number 2, exactly the same pitch.
Like that. Punches him out.
2 hanging breaking balls. They look at the little case. See number 2? That was a pitch. And then there's number 4 following up right there, same spot. And two breaking pitches that if you told me that's where he was going to throw them, I'd say, well, one of those is going to get hit off the fence.
Kyle McPherson, Alabama native. One ball and no strikes to Darwin Barney.
I always cringe when I hear somebody say threw one bad pitch. There's never one bad pitch, and it's like, okay, let's go back and watch the game, and we'll see how many were right there that got fouled off or not even swung at. It's always the case.
2-0 to Barney. 2 outs, a runner aboard. McPherson deals him a strike. McPherson went to the University of Mobile, NAIA school. It's the same athletic governing body that Point Park participates in. Fouled off. 2-2 the count. McPherson made his major league debut on the 20th of August in San Diego. With 2 scoreless innings, gave up a hit and struck out 2. Left-hander Justin Wilson made his debut the same night. 2-2. Houston Astros, Bob, a 4-run lead over Cincinnati, 5-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Pirates heading to Cincy right after this ball game. Start a 3-game series there tomorrow. 2-2 pitch. And Barney. Ground ball to Mercer. The flip on to Brock Holt for the final out of the top of the 7th. Stretch time here at PNC Park. Cubs leading the Pirates 2-1, and a very special rendition of God Bless America is coming up. You want to stay tuned to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to stand and join the Pirates and Major League Baseball as we remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001, while offering support to our troops here and abroad. Here to lead us with God Bless America are students from the Bethlehem Center District Chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, a few years ago, the Pirates were honored to host the United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights, here at PNC Park. One of the heroes who parachuted into PNC Park was Pittsburgh's own Staff Sergeant Eric Holman. Eric was a graduate of Avonworth High School and attended Penn State University. 3 weeks ago, Eric Holman was killed while serving in Afghanistan when an IED exploded. Eric was a wonderful husband, son, and father who loved his country more than anything. We are proud to honor the memory of Eric Holman today. Joining us on the field for the singing of God Bless America are members of the Holman family, including his son, 7-year-old Misha.
Really hits home when you see the family of Staff Sergeant Eric Holman, who perished in action in Afghanistan, and his 7-year-old son Misha here on the field representing Eric. Just a touching moment here at PNC Park.
Smiley cookie, and join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Today's 7th inning stretch is presented by the new face of Northwood Realty Services. Heading to the bottom of the 7th inning, Cubs with a 2-1 lead at PNC Park. Manuel Corpus takes over for the Cubs on the hill. Pitching to Brock Holt. Pirates at the top of the order, up trailing by a run. Bottom of the 7th. Pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. On with Dan Potash and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Never. Glad you're watching Pirates baseball with us this afternoon. Numbers on Manny Corpus. Pitch inside. Corpus this year 0-1. 426 his earned run average. This is his 40th appearance. 38 innings for the Cubs this year. 24 strikeouts, 13 walks, and the opponent's hitting .254 against him. 1-2 to Brock Holt. And he's got one down the line. Holt's going for second base. And he might go for more. Here he goes. And Brock Holt is in. The tying run 90 feet away with nobody out. The first major league triple for Brock Holt.
Needed somebody to come up there and get a big hit. I was thinking somebody's going to pop one out of here, but the triple, that's the big hit right here to start the inning off. There's your tying run. Just 90 feet away, nobody out. Infield now is going to have to come in on the grass because of that triple.
That ball just kicked off the wall, and Sapelt had trouble gathering it in.
Watch Holt down and in, able to hook it inside that bag, and got a fortunate bounce. Barely got the inside of the first base bag.
Hard sliding Brock Holt. They're going to appeal second base.
That's not the one I thought he might
have. No, I thought they'd appeal first.
I thought he might have missed first. I mean, the sign pretty much hit second. I think they appealed at second because he had a problem going around second base.
He picked up the third base coach, Nick Leva, around there. He stutter stepped and then continued.
He got the first base back. It was
Rizzo, long walk to the bag, and Marte cannot get Holt in.
Watch him touch both bases there. Let's see him go around first. And he has a little trouble here at the second base back. Just got the inside of that one. Never really looked down though. Just feeling it with his foot. We saw him checking out Nick Leva as to whether he should try for 3 or not. Nick was saying, "Yeah, come on over here and stand next to me." What's Kutch going to see first pitch with the tying run at third?
Looks like a fastball. Best chance to see a fastball from Corpus. One out, infield in the pitch. Missed for ball one.
And that's what he saw. It was a 67% fastball. What's the percentage once it gets ahead? 0-1. Oh wait, that was called a ball. I'm sorry. 1-0.
One ball, no strike pitch. That's outside 2-0. With first base open, do they pitch around Kutch and get to Garrett Jones?
I don't know. Jones has been hitting the ball very well. He's a left-hand hitter. You got a side armor. Got a left-hander in the bullpen though.
Looks like they're pitching around Kutch.
I don't think it's so. Corpus can pitch to Jones. I think they'll bring in the left-hander.
They've got one ready in the pen. And they'll just put him on. So McCutchen walks, 2 on and 1 out. Pirates with runners at the corner. Well, a very touching moment here during the 7th inning stretch. Staff Sergeant from the U.S. Army, Eric Holman's son, 7-year-old Misha Holman, was given a pair of batting gloves from Andrew McCutchen. He got the game ball from the home plate umpire as well, Jordan Baker. Just a very hard-hitting moment, really, when you see the family of the late Sergeant Holman. Dale Swaim relieves Manny Corpus of duty. And James Russell, tall left-hander, will come out to face Garrett Jones when we come back. come from all over to see the Pirates. 2-1 comes with a lead. Bottom of the 7th. Runners at the corners. And 1 out. McDonald's High School football on Root Sports continues Thursday when Baldwin takes on Penn Hills in a heated Quad A matchup. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then tune in Thursday nights this fall for another season of McDonald's High School football on Root Sports. Good chance to see Baldwin's Dorian Brown, one of the Whitfield's top rushers last week, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 64-yard touchdown pass against Plum, one of the better players in this region. You get a chance to see him right here Thursday night. Here is James Russell, making his 68th appearance.
So, really a lot of work, a lot of appearances, 48 strikeouts in over 60 innings. So he's not really a huge strikeout guy. That's what they're hoping for here. They would also like to get the double play ball, but they bring in the lefter, go left on left, hoping they can get a strikeout with Jones up there and get that second out with that runner at third. And the Pirates unable to, or Pirates wouldn't be able to score with a sac fly or a ground ball to the middle infield.
Leadoff triple for Brock Holt. He's at third base, representing the tying run.
Huge at bat here, obviously. Where the game's going. Something soft upstairs in the strike zone, but very high part. Oh, 1. Definitely should not be sitting fastball here.
Throw to first and McCutchen back standing.
But that first pitch that was swung and missed, that was another example of if that ball is hit into a gap off the fence, hit hard somewhere, scores a run, you say, oh, he hung something soft right upstairs, right out over the plate.
James Russell hearing it from the partisan Pirates crowd.
They don't want to lose that double play possibility. They want to make sure that McCutchen doesn't take any liberties if he's running on first move. They want a pickoff throw.
Jones hits it up in the air down the right field line, but it's foul. 2 strikes on Jones.
Fastball. Big Bloom. Castron.
That's why they're percentages.
You have to go with him, don't you?
Yeah, looking for a slider here. And a balk. Russell balks, and the game is tied. Holt will score. McCutchen down to second base. And he now represents the go-ahead run on James Russell's balk.
How about that? He's got 0-2, and he balks home the tying run. Watch him. Oh, there's the balk. He flinched. He's not going to argue it. He knows he did it.
A 2-2 ball game now. Great speed at second base. Bill Swain not real pleased right now with what just occurred.
Oh no, Dale's one of those guys that you don't really see him all that mad very often. And he really hides it well, but he just has to be steaming right now. And they've tried to shoot themselves in the foot here the last couple innings. They finally got it accomplished. And a ball, could have been misplayed out in right field. They got him in this situation to begin with. The win is a triple, but if it was handled cleanly in right field, it would have just been a leadoff double. Cubs, they have a poor record this year, and there's a number of different reasons.
1-2 pitch to Jones. Fouled it off. Well, Garrett a chance now, base hit, and give the Pirates the lead.
Milwaukee's scored a run also. They've scored a 2 now. Milwaukee trying to come back against the Cardinals.
Big gap in left center field for Jones. Couldn't get it over to the big part of the ballpark. Be a good thing. Brewers suffered a bit of a loss in that game. First baseman Corey Hart suffered some sort of a leg injury and left that game. So he's a big bat in the lineup. Brock Holt, his first major league triple. He comes in to score and tie the game on the balk by Russell. Garrett Jones ready for the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out. And 1 man on. That's Andrew McCutchen at second. Two in the air to left field. Soriano drifting back. McCutchen looks like he wants to tag. He will bluff. And the throw comes into third base. So 2 men out. And it'll be up to Gabby Sanchez now to try to bring the go-ahead run around.
They might feel a little bit better now. This would have got the run home anyway. This high fly ball to left field. Way deep enough to drive in the run. Holt would have still been down at third. The difference is Pirates still have a runner in scoring position with McCutchen out at second. They're going to go after Pedro Alvarez. We showed you during our pregame, our open, that Pedro's numbers against left-handed pitchers are not that bad in the last month. In fact, they're pretty darn good.
When you look at what Pedro's done against James Russell, he's faced him just 3 times. He's 1 for 3. So not a big sample of experience against Russell, but he still has hit it.
You see what we were talking about in our open. We were discussing Alvarez, and look at his left-handed pitching numbers. And this is for the last month. You see, going back to the 10th of August, slugging percentage over 500, average at 300. And you can add to that, he had a base hit, his first hit of the game. Just a single, but still a base hit, and we definitely take a single right here. Give the Pirates the lead.
Pedro takes a strike on a ball down the middle. Fans hoping El Toro can come through here. It's a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 on and 2 out. And Alvarez chops one down to first. That will roll just fine. Pedro will line it up and do it all over again. The 0-2 pitch. Way up high, trying to induce a chase. Pedro wouldn't have any of it. Flirting with 250 batting average wise, 27 home runs and 73 runs batted in. 2 on and 2 out, the 1 ball 2 strike offering. And Pedro hits a ground ball toward the middle. Barney flips on to first, and Rizzo digs it up. Pirates get 1, leave 2. We'll head to the 8th inning. Pirates 2, Cubs 2. Terrific shots from the AGH Cam on this Sunday afternoon. Final game of this homestand. It's going to come right down to the end. It's a 2-2 ball game. Pirates get the tying run across, and Brock Holt tripled. McCutchen was intentionally walked, and then James Russell balked. So both runners advanced. Holt came home. McCutchen down to second base. And now Jason Grilli on to pitch the top of the 8th inning against Rizzo, Soriano, and Castro.
Grilli 1-5. ERA at 2.60. Had a tough one last night.
Yeah, he got hung with the loss after giving up a base hit to Wellington Castillo to lead off the 8th inning, and then David DeJesus on a first pitch single to right field. Eventually got Castillo around to score in a close play at the plate. Really a bit frustrated, so this afternoon right back on top of the horse. Rizzo's 1 for 3, singled in the first. He has singled here in the 8th. Leadoff base hit for Rizzo, now 2 for 4.
McCutchen not taking any chances on that ball. Was hit pretty hard. He got down on a knee out in center field. You don't see outfielders doing that very often. There he goes, drops down to a knee. Make sure he at least blocks that ball, keeps it in front of him. Make it just a single.
Rizzo at first base, and the batter is Alfonso Soriano, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Hits this one a long way to center field. Going back, McCutchen. He looks up. It is gone. A 2-run home run, and the Cubs have the lead again. It's 4-2. 28th home run of the year for Soriano. Jason Grilli touched up for the second straight ball game.
Same situation. He's coming in late, tie game. Stuff he's been doing all year and excelling at. It hasn't worked out on this weekend series. A fastball right on the inside corner. Well, watch Soriano. He knows it's gone. Watch him. He just dropped his head and went into the jog.
Ray Searage will come out and visit with Grilli. After just 2 batters, he's faced Rizzo, giving up a single. Soriano the home run. RBIs 93 and 94 for Soriano.
Went to the bullpen, and that's why Ray called timeout. He needs to buy a little time, get the bullpen going. They didn't have anybody throwing as the inning was starting.
Jason Grilli's reaction after seeing that ball go off the bat of Soriano.
About all you can do, after the fact. It's done, and you just have to get the next guy. It's it is just a 2-run game. You can't let things get out of hand now.
Jones a long run. That's going to fall fair. Bounces over the short railing and into the seats, and an automatic double.
That's kind of like a leadoff double with nobody out. And how many times do leadoff doubles get converted into a run? And that's a huge insurance run. Pirates have to do everything in their power to stop this. Ball hitting just a little bit in fair territory and then quickly over the fence.
Double number 23 for Castro. Soriano enjoying the moment. Josh Vitters, who also hit a home run. That's the 3rd Cub home run today. Vitters, Recker, and Soriano.
Daytime baseball at PNC Park. This is when this park becomes a little more hitter friendly, especially with the wind blowing out like it is. You're going to see some home runs. It's a nice pitch there. There's a A little breaking ball right on the very outside edge of the plate. Here it is again. Grilli would love to get a strikeout here. He's a strikeout pitcher. Wants this out without the runner. Castro being able to move up to third base. Castro also is a threat to steal. Make sure you watch him out there. Might try to move up to third base on his own without any help. Looks like Mercer's in a little bit bothering him.
Strike 3 call.
How about that at bat?
Which Vitter's looking.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered, to get that strikeout. And now it makes it much easier to stop that essentially leadoff double from scoring. You can get an out, and it's not any kind of a positive out for the other team. That's the first step.
So Dale Swain will send up a pinch hitter for the Cubs. David DeJesus, who will hit for Dave Sapelt. DeJesus 2 out of 8 as a pinch hitter. He got to Grilli last night in the 8th inning to drive in the game's winning run.
A slider in, and he was able to pull out to right field. Presley came in, made a nice throw to the plate, just barely late.
A 4-2 Cub lead, top of the 8th inning. Two and 0 to DeJesus. Houston Astros are in for the first part of this homestand. Pirates took 2 of 3 from Houston. And unless they can get a couple of runs here, staring a home sweep in the face, the hands of the Cubs, who swept the Pirates here last August. It's the last time the Cubs had a road sweep. 2-1. It is a final from Cincinnati now. The Houston Astros have defeated the Reds by a 5-1 score. It's getting to be magic number time for Cincinnati. Pitch outside for ball 3. The Reds with a 9.5 game lead over St. Louis with 23 games to play. So you'll start to hear about magic numbers more around baseball as this month goes along. There'll be 2 extra teams in the postseason this year.
Not for long, there won't be, though. Very exciting thing, as you see the ball 4 pitch that baseball has done. They've created basically an instant game 7 scenario between the wild card teams. They will have that 1 game playoff, winner take all, 9 innings. It's going to be like.
Clint Hurdle comes to get the ball from Jason Grilli. Not Jason's day. Chad Qualls, just activated off the disabled list, will take over. Our Nissan road ahead. Pirates and Reds start a 3-game series tomorrow in Cincinnati. Lefty Wandy Rodriguez takes on Matt Latos. Kevin Correa on Tuesday night facing Mike Leake in a battle of right-handers. And then A.J. Burnett at 15-6 meets Homer Bailey, who is 10-9. Those are pitching matchups as we look at the Nissan road ahead. Jason Grilli dejected. 2 tough outings in a row. He's on the hook again, as he was last night. As Grilli went a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs to the moment, walked 1 and struck out 1. He leaves the game with 2 on and 1 out, and Chad Qualls just activated today off the DL, coming in to pitch.
Pitched a, I don't want to say a practice game, a simulated game.
Yeah.
Trying to get his, get back to throwing against hitters. So now he's out there at a very important time. 8th inning, 2-run game.
Veteran right-hander Grilli. All he can do now is watch. Hope the Pirate bats can pick him up. Castro, the runner at second, to Jesus at first base. 1 out. The batter is Anthony Recker, the rookie catcher. You know, for a guy who could really hit, he doesn't have a track record at the major league level, but he had to hit sometime in his life, and he hits this one deep to left field. Marte in front of the track will make the catch. And get the ball back in. I was going to say, that's just such a great name if you're a hitter. Recker.
Not nice for a catcher too, you know. Rugged.
Yeah. 2 men are out. And 2 are on for the Cubs, and there'll be a pinch hitter, Luis Valbuena, who played third base in each of the first 2 games of this series. Two for 8 as a pinch hitter. On the season, a .223 hitter, 4 homers and 25 runs batted in. Chad Qualls comes in, gets Record a fly out. Castro and DeJesus, the responsibility of Jason Grilli. Book still open on it. Valbuena, foul tip for a strike. Nothing in 1 to Valbuena. Chad Qualls had inflammation on his left toe. That's what put him on the disabled list a while back. The 25th of August is when he was placed on the disabled list. And he's worked at least an inning in 7 of his first 9 games with the Pirates. And scored upon 3 times. 2-1 with 43 combined games appeared in between the Phillies and Yankees this season. 9-year veteran. Pitch outside for another ball. 2-1. He was traded from the Yankees to the Pirates for Casey McGee. Ball, 1 strike count to Luis Valbuena. Qualls 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. That evens it up at 2-2. Atlanta has taken a 3-2 lead in the top of the 10th against the Mets. They've now moved to the bottom of the 10th inning in New York. Mets trying to tie that up. It's pretty good glove work.
For a long reach. Did he call that?
I don't know, but he had a lot of want to. He wanted to catch that.
Yes, he did. He's showing it off too. Here it is. You gotta love that, don't you? The pride of making that play. I think that'll be talked about at all over the next couple of days.
Now, that happened in about, what, 4 or 5 seconds? The story that he tells is going to take 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah. 4 or 5 months.
So here it was.
He'll be talking about that around Thanksgiving dinner table. Did I tell you about? Yes, he did.
He went around and he strikes out. Valbuena's gone, so Qualls comes in, puts out the fire, but damage done. A home run by Soriano, plates 2, and the Cubs with a 4-2 lead after 7.5. Tune in every week for game analysis and reaction from the Steelers, Pitt, and WVU during our press conference Tuesdays. Hear from head coaches Mike Tomlin, Paul Christ, and Dana Holgerson as they break down every game and preview their upcoming opponent. Press conference Tuesday, every Tuesday starting at noon on Root Sports. Steelers will wrap up tonight's game against Denver and preview the Jets in week 2. Then Pitt gets ready for the Hokies of Virginia Tech as the Mountaineers prepare for JMU, a game you can see here on Root Sports Saturday at 4:30. Good stuff for the football fan. Tony Campana now moves into center field, placing Joe Mather. And De Jesus remains in the game in right field. And Mather moves from center to left, so Soriano is out. And the pitch is in for a strike to Michael McHenry. Valbuena stays in and plays third. Bitters is out. And Sean Camp is the new pitcher. Wholesale changes for the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th inning. McHenry has a home run off of Sean Camp. That came earlier in the season. Ooh, breaking ball. He watched it come in for a strike, 1-2.
Hanger.
It froze him.
Yeah. That's right. Yes, that's right.
When they're
in the middle of the plate and they don't swing, it froze them.
Right.
When they get hit, they're hangers.
So, there's the 1-2. And he chased it. So McHenry down on strikes, 1 out in the 8th. Let's check in with Dan Potash. Dan?
Well, Tim, as you well know, every team has a dress code. So Cubs manager Dale Swain decided that today would be NFL Jersey Day. That's right. Every member of the Cubs had to show up in an NFL jersey. I saw some Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, but not every player was prepared for it. I have to assume that has something to do with the recent call-ups, so they were forced to go out and get a jersey here in town. Do you want to guess what kind of jersey they had to pick up?
Steelers.
Yes, there were several Steelers jerseys in the clubhouse. Of course, the timing's perfect with the NFL kicking off today, the Steelers playing tonight. Dale likes to do this several times throughout the year. I think he had a Chicago Blackhawks themed day, so everybody wore a Blackhawks jersey. Kind of cool, something different.
He had a superhero road trip.
That's right, yes he did. Good call, Bob, yes.
Dressed like
theme day.
Yeah, they have theme trips.
Let's go Bucks. Let's go Bucks. Let's go.
A lot of folks waiting for tonight to see what Black and Gold does out in the Rocky Mountain region against Peyton Manning and the Broncos, the opener. Jordy Mercer, 2-1 count. Pops it up foul. And this will be playable for record. Mercer's out, 2 gone.
Be Alex Presley pitch hitting here with 2 outs. Walls came in, did a good job. Had the insurance run out of second base. Got the 2 outs, lazy fly ball to strike out. That was a big run to stop.
Just 2 for 11 as a pinch hitter. Presley's average on the year 234. 8 home runs. Pirates need Luke and a blast to tie this thing up. Caps 1-0. That's outside, 1-1. Philadelphia has beaten the Rockies 3-2. They got another game coming up. Oh, there's your superhero, Bob. They must have been on the. No, they're on the wrong road trip, though.
No, that was earlier.
That was earlier in the year.
I heard that Del Swaim didn't have the proper mask for his outfit, and so he painted his face. Now that's commitment from your manager to a theme.
What superhero was it?
I don't know. Wasn't told that.
Because if it was Spider-Man, that'd be a pretty intricate mask to paint. Maybe their next trip is a hair theme.
That'd be good.
Presley down on strikes, and we are headed to the 9th. Cubs with a 4-2 lead in a hair-raising series for the Pirates. Stay tuned for Pirates post game. Bob King, Kent Jacoby take you through this game with all the highlights and break it down for you. It's Pirates post game coming up following the conclusion of this one. The Pirates get set to wrap up this series and this homestand. Kids Day Sunday afternoon. 4 runs, 11 hits, and an error for Chicago. 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Pittsburgh. And the hammer, Joel Hanrahan, comes on. Things have slowed down for him in the saves department just through the month of August, and here in September, not a lot of opportunities for saves for him. He's had to come in situations like this where the Pirates are down.
Yeah, tough to find those opportunities for him to pitch. 55 games total this year.
Sun is out again. We've had Sun in and out of here today. Two-run deficit to start the ninth. Pitch low to the leadoff man, Joe Mather. Started the game at center field, now moved over to left.
It's certainly starting to feel like fall this afternoon.
Yes, it is.
Cooled off. Look out in the distance, though, all the trees still look very green. It'll be next. Turn into colors. What an awesome time it is to live in western Pennsylvania in the fall.
(2-0). And that is the third hit this afternoon for Mather. 3 for 5. Leadoff base hit. He led off the first inning with a base hit. And the Cubs had a leadoff hit in the 8th inning from Rizzo. He would come around to score on Soriano's home run. Well, Clint Hurdle's got to be concerned. This is not the homestand he expected. If the Pirates cannot come away with a victory here, they will go 2-4 on this homestand. And really the time of year where they can't afford to do that, especially against teams that are well under 500 like the Cubs and Astros.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk, and it is just talk. It's the big leagues. You got to play the games on the field, but having the Astros and Cubs come in here and struggling like they were, the Cubs had lost 6 straight when they came in, looking to win anywhere from 4 to 6 games, and you just can't look at it on paper all the time. You still have to go out and play the games, get the hits, knock in the runs. Here against the Cubs, it's been a pretty big problem with the offense.
Darwin Barney squares to bunt. Runner goes. Ball is chopped towards second base. Jordy Mercer fields and throws out Barney.
Nice play by Mercer on that hit and run. Changed directions. Come get that ball as he was covering the bag.
Barney is out. Mather over to second base.
Hammerhand's a tough guy to hit and run against too. He's a swing and miss guy. The type of pitchers that really have to be concerned about that are the strike throwers, the guys that pitch to contact. They're the ones that are usually have to worry about the other team throwing that hit and run at them.
Anthony Rizzo takes inside for a ball. Saw Jordy before the game briefly. Asked how his newborn son Maverick is doing. He said very well. Things are going well back in Oklahoma. Maverick Mercer is a name. 1-0. Inside again. It's 2-0 to Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo with 2 hits today, plus a run scored. Hanrahan ready. The 2-0. Got a strike on the corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Pirates will see the Cubs 4 more times this season, all at Wrigley Field next week. Strike 2. Foul tip. Brock Holt will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Starling Marte to follow, and then Andrew McCutchen after that. 1, 2, 3, top of the order due up. There's a ground ball to the right side, handled by Sanchez. He'll toss to Hanrahan covering. And there are now 2 men out. Joe Mather advances from second to third on the play.
This, a lot like last inning. You definitely don't want that insurance run to come home.
McCutchen hopes to be the guy to do some damage against the Cubs in the ninth. Pirates still with a pulse here. Campana, who was a big reason the Cubs won last night, had 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Likes to hit everything the other way. Pitch called ball 1.
It makes him really dangerous too when there's a runner at third. Normally it's not that big of a deal to have a guy go to third with 2 outs, but with Campana up, I mean, he can knock a run home so easily with just an infield chopper, because with his speed he can beat those balls out. He doesn't have to get a base hit to the outfield to be safe. You got to play in, you got to look for the bunt.
There's a strike. 2-0. Hanrahan got that one in at 94 miles an hour. The Hammer looking to get Campana out and get the Pirates to the bat rack in the bottom of the ninth. Pirates will face Carlos Marmol, who is warming up in the Cub bullpen. He'll come out and look for a save. And a 3-1. Full count now as Campana fouled that one off. First row, the upper deck off to our left. Nice catch by a fan. I hear that applause a lot after foul balls at this place. Fans show some good defense, always have. Now they're the runner at third base. A 4-2 Cub lead, 2 outs, and the payoff pitch to Campana. Missed and walked him. Two on and 2 out. Hurdle wants to see what's happening in the bullpen.
He doesn't want his closer to have a blowout inning as far as pitch count wise. He wants to have him ready for that Cincinnati series.
Justin Wilson ready.
He's thrown 16 pitches to this point. You would think this would be his last hitter. You don't want him to go very far past 20 pitches. Ideally, this was go out, pitch an inning, get a nice quick one, about 15 pitches, get in the dugout. He's having to work a little bit harder than that.
Campana takes second base. Not a stolen base, however. Defensive indifference. So he will not get credit for a steal there. Second and third. 2 outs on the 0-1 pitch coming to Castro. Strike 2. Hanrahan's got him on the ropes. Double down the right field line in the 8th inning. The ball jumped up over the foul line and into the seats over the short railing in right field. A ground rule double. No ball, 2-strike pitch. Trying the slider and missed.
Off the plate by an inch or so. Watch how close this one is. Right there. McHenry held it for a while.
Got him swinging. So Castro down on strikes. Cubs strand 2. Last wraps for the Pirates, down by a pair of runs.
Gentlemen, hoist the colors.
Hoist the colors.
Hoist the colors.
Hoist the colors!
The wind's on our side, boys. That's all we need.
What has become tradition at PNC Park, hoisting the colors. The Pirates need the wind at their sides here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trailing 4-2, trying to avoid a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Cubs. 4 runs on 12 hits for Chicago, 2 runs on 6 hits for the Pirates. Top of the order due up.
You got to get a base runner on for the power bats that are coming up. A home run has been the story today in this ball game. All the runs have come across via long ball. Get somebody on here, and the home run would then represent the tie.
Brock Holt takes strike 1.
Marte, not necessarily a power bat, but he definitely has got home run power. We've seen that in a short time in the big leagues. And then after Marte, who's on deck, you got McCutchen, Jones, Sanchez, Alvarez. All those guys can hit one out of here. It's kind of what you're looking at right now, hoping for.
Strike 2 call.
Remember the big McHenry home run off Marmol last year?
Right. 3-run shot.
That was one of the bigger moments here at home last season. Mr. Ford.
No balls, 2 strikes to Brock Holt. And he lines a base hit to left field.
Just keeps hitting, gets it going.
His 3rd hit this afternoon. And the Pirates will bring the tying run to the plate, Starling Marte.
Well, he has been a machine ever since he stepped into that leadoff spot. Oh, look at the pitch down out of the strike zone, and he's got to go after it. He's down in the count, can't afford to take it, and flips it into left field for a hit.
So Holt off of first base, and Starling Marte looking to do something. He's 0 for 4 today. Marmol's pitch. Marte watches the slider outside. Marte's due. And the slider outside. 2-0. Bolton for first base. Marmol stretch. And the pitch. 3-0 to the Pirate left fielder. Marmol wants that ball thrown out of the game. He doesn't have a strike in it.
He couldn't even get it all the way to the dugout.
Something wrong with that ball.
That ball will not do what he wanted.
Marmol is a pitch away from putting the tying run on base with nobody out. Not a single one's been near the strike zone. That one is, though. You got a better baseball to throw, that's why. Three ball, 1 strike pitch. And that's ball 4. The tying run's aboard. Andrew McCutchen coming to the plate. He represents the winning run. Andrew McCutchen hit a home run in his first at-bat. In the first inning, he's been walked twice. He's 1 for 2. 2 for 8 against Marmol in his career.
Marmol do now as far as his pitches? He's not really got a whole lot of command working for him.
Probably looking fastball. That's the best percentage to predict the pitch. Didn't get it. Got the breaking ball instead. In for a strike. Nothing in one to Andrew McCutchen.
The slider picks up the pace as far as the position, the probability once the count goes in Marmol's favor.
First base umpire Gary Darling said Kutch did not swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCutchen's 25 home runs, the most by a Pirates right-handed hitter since Jason Bay had 35 in 2006.
Sliders is really hit a 1-1 count.
McCutchen pops it up.
Got a fastball that time.
Barney
doesn't see it.
Having a problem.
Time he's really battled one over there and had to make the Willie Mays type basket catch. You got those clouds we've been showing you, the different shades of gray up there. And Barney's trying to pick the baseball out of all of that. Almost couldn't find it in time.
Now Darwin Barney working on his 125th straight game without an error. Garrett Jones has not homered off of Marmol in the past. He does have 2 hits and 10 trips against him. Tough sky today.
Yep, that's what you're trying to pick that baseball out of out there. You know, the ball goes up and it turns a gray color also when you're looking up at it.
1-0. Inside 2-0. Only 2 active Pirates have hit home runs off Marmol. McHenry, like you mentioned, and the other, Jeff Clement. 2010 he had one. Two balls and no strikes to Garrett Jones. 3-0. And Marmol a pitch from putting the winning run on base. Gabby Sanchez would be next. He's in the on-deck circle.
Now Garrett right now, he has to really keyhole on a certain pitch in a certain spot. He's probably got a green light. I mean, you're looking for him to drive a ball. He's one of your power guys. But he needs to look for exactly one pitch in one spot. Obviously, that's not it.
The bases are full of Bucks in the bottom of the 9th inning. The tying run goes into scoring position. Good speed with Marte at second base, Holt at third, and now Jones at first base. And Chris Blasio is going to come out and have a word with Carlos Marmol as things are getting hairy for the Cubs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Marmol has walked 2, given up a base hit to Holt.
He has no idea where he's throwing the ball. That's been the problem. He has no command of anything. And that's got to be the big concern right now with Blasio is like, if you're not throwing the ball over the plate, they have no chance. So, you know, Blasio is going to try and get him back in the strike zone somehow. But when you have a situation like this, when you're talking to your closers, it's so much different than a starter, say, in the second inning when you got a little time to make some adjustments. Cubs have no time. Marmol has no time. This is it right here. You're going to win it or lose it.
Sanchez takes up high for ball 1.
No command of the fastball, no command of the slider. Sanchez now in that driver's seat ahead in the count. For something he can hit hard.
And right now, you can afford to be patient up 2-0. Holt is the runner at third base. The tying run is Marte at second. The winning run is Jones at first base.
Pick something out. Most likely a fastball right here. Look belt high, middle of the plate. If you get it, don't miss it.
Strike is called, 2-1.
That was kind of the upper edge of the strike zone. No reason to chase that one.
Pirates with a serious threat now in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Two and two. First one he got down in the zone. Different look that time against Sanchez. Good chance for a slider here.
That is overwhelming odds.
And the 2-2 pitch from Carlos Marmol to Gabby Sanchez. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And now all of a sudden the Pirates down to their final out.
Well, the overwhelming odds didn't stack up that time, did they?
Well, fastball. Did not get the slider.
You know, and I think that is, you know, kind of what's going on with Marmol. He doesn't have any command of it. He's afraid to throw it right now. He doesn't know where it's going. He couldn't take a chance of going the 3 balls. Had to throw the fastball because he had a little bit more confidence to get a strike with it.
Now it's up to Pedro Alvarez. Pedro behind in the count, 0-1. Pedro trying to make some contact here. Outfield playing deep. He's got some room behind the infielders. And now the Pirates down to their final strike. And it's dealer's choice for the pitcher Marmol, who pitched himself into trouble. And now he's in a good spot.
Had no command of anything. And then Pedro stepped up there and he's painted to right at the knees. Hope he makes a mistake pitch.
Here's the 0-2. Pedro up in the air to left field. Over to get it is Mather. And the Cubs sweep the Pirates. The Bucks go 2-4 on the homestand against the Astros and the Cubs. And now are 72-67. Just 5 over 500 with 23 games to play. A 4-2 final here. The Pirates had a serious threat but could not get the job done.
Opportunities all over the place on the field today. Only 7 base hits, but the Pirates left 13 men on base this afternoon. You know, missed opportunities, not only the topic of the homestand, but especially this afternoon. And we saw it right here in the 9th inning for sure.
Jason Grilli will get tagged for his 2nd loss in as many days. 4-2. The final score. The Cubs finish off the Pirates in 3 straight. Let's check in with Rob King and Kent Tekulve.
All right, guys, thanks very much. And once again, Teak, the Pirates got